Hello, everybody. So today I've got Mark and Danielle, and they are going to talk to us about gold and silver. And they've been introduced to me by Nicholas Feniarmin, and I'm looking forward to finding out all the basics and everything that you've got to tell us about gold and silver and the program that you have to offer.
Well, thank you for having us, Michelle. I have to tell you, I haven't even told you this yet, but you were such a saving grace for me back in, it was right after the election in November 2020, I think is when I first saw you. And you delivered a message because I saw clear as day what had happened, and I was so discouraged. And I heard somebody shared your video with me, and I was like, oh my God, I actually cried. And I was like, okay, everything's going to be okay. We're good. And I actually went back after and I was like, well, what did she say before? So I started watching you from the past. And anyway, I just have to tell you, you've been such a guiding light for me. And I know for so many. So thank you for the work that you do.
I can attest to that.
Thank you.
By the way.
Yeah, I shared it with a lot of people. So I made him watch it too. But yeah, no, we're so grateful to be. What'd you say?
I was saying it was excellent.
Thank you.
We're grateful because, you know, for many reasons, but I know Mark feels the same way. I really believe have been divinely guided during this time. Any of us who are awake and aware and here to stand with the light, I really feel like we're given guidance, and gold and silver ended up showing up repeatedly for us. And that was out of nowhere, because prior to 2020, we never, ever thought about gold and silver as an investment, right? It was like, I thought about it as my jewelry choice, and that was it.
Yes, yes.
Right?
Me too. Yeah, this is why I wanted to introduce you today to my viewers, because I think there's a lot of confusion around gold and silver and what it can actually do for us, and what the benefits might be at this time, and why it might be important to think about it actually.
Absolutely. And so, you know, we both believe that when you ask for guidance, which, you know, I was praying for guidance, Mark was praying for guidance, and the answers will show up. God will show you, right? And so silver and gold kept showing up. We follow Robert Kiyosaki. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's an American entrepreneur who's written amazing books. And he kept tweeting buy gold and buy silver. So that's really what pushed us. And do you want to talk kind of about our first experience? Because you kind of took charge of that.
Well, I mean, I'll say actually there's a period of hope. A lot of people who are out there who might have kind of looking at what's going on in the world negatively, it's a period of hope, because it's really empowering the knowledge for us to really now start understanding what we can do to take control for ourselves. And, you know, when we first got started with gold and silver, we had no clue. I had to get a friend of mine on a 3-way call with a local dealer to talk to the guy. And the guy was like, oh, spot price. I'm like, what's this guy talking about? So I didn't want to go in there and get burned. And so I did that connection, and I said, listen, we've got this money in savings. You know, I want to be able to get some gold and silver with it. And so my friend listened to what he had to say and goes, yeah, it's a good thing. I'm like, okay. So he went in there and we go, like, here you go. And he gives us this bag of gold and silver, like, here, you know, walking out of there, like, we don't know what we're doing still, you know. So we have all this gold and silver, like, okay. And we're showing it to people, here, look at this, like, wow, that's pretty cool. But still,
yeah, I think a lot of people are in this position where they might have a little bit of money and they don't really know how to go about buying gold and silver. That's the problem. It's a bit of a scary new area for people, isn't it?
It sure is.
Yeah, because no one knows what to get. They're hearing, oh, I need to get it. They're like, okay, what do I do? Where do I go? And there are a lot of things out there you have to be cautious of. You're going to have, you know, we've heard to some of the people in our company, even our CEO, talking about these people who were introduced to what's called a monster box. A monster box is like 500 of these silver eagles. And it was at this tremendous price, and it was being offered on eBay or one of these online auction sites. And, you know, it's not their fault. They can't monitor what it is, but they went and bought it at this crazy price. And it turns out it was all lead.
Yeah.
So it was worthless. So that's why it's important. Find a trusted source. But that's where what our membership has been able to do is give people empowerment by knowledge and education,
Yeah.
as well as a trusted source. So that's where it's been fun and empowering.
So when you say you're a trusted source, I mean, how does that work exactly? How can it be that you know that yours is real, if you like?
Let me just preface by saying one of the things that comes with this membership is there's an education platform. So I think everybody, no matter what, before you move forward in acquiring gold and silver, whether you do it through our membership or however you do it, you definitely want to be educated, because when we're not educated, that's when we can be taken advantage of, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's an education platform, and what it's called the buyer's certification. It tells you the 5 reasons to buy gold and silver. And then once you identify what type of buyer you are, you become confident in what you need and how to move forward. So anyway, from there, it's about finding a trusted source, but first you have to have trust in your own decision making. So you can talk about the trusted source part.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's an entity that goes out and distributes, they get the silver mined every month and so forth, and this entity gets it and it distributes it out amongst the dealers and different companies that have had relationships with those dealers and things like that. And so there's tier levels. The company that we're with is very high tier level, so we have access to the silver. And now that you're starting to see some of the mines cut back on their production, that's where you really want to be with a trusted source to make sure that you can get it, because there are entities out there that are selling stuff they just don't have in stock, and they're waiting to get it in stock. But if they never get down to their tier and there's anything left, then you might be buying something that's non-existent. So as far as our company's got the highest relationships with each of the different all the different dealers out there, but also directly with the mints. And that's important so that you're having access to that. And with the collective buying power of the membership, that also gives you strength to be able to be some of the first in line, because we're getting the most, and we're helping benefit the most people through that membership. And that's where, again, as we move into a new world with gold and silver, which are fun to get, believe it or not, holding it is amazing.
Yes, I actually have a few silver coins that I started to buy, and it's just amazing when you hold them in your hand and you look at them. It really does feel amazing, doesn't it?
It's
just
unbelievable
to get it.
to hold it. Yeah. So what these memberships that you're talking about, how exactly do those work? Is this a monthly membership? Is it affordable? And what would you get for for the different types of membership plans that you have available?
So the way the memberships work are they do last for a year. And just to kind of give you an idea of how the inspiration for the membership is, it's really based off of a Costco membership. I don't know if you guys have Costco over there.
No, we don't have Costco.
Sam's Club, big warehouse locations where you can get, but you explain.
You buy a membership and then you're able to, like the traditional buying club, you go into like this big place, a warehouse, they sell everything. That's kind of how our company was actually created.
Right.
One of our founders was looking to go out there and buy he was buying gold consistently in the form of, like, I believe it was half-ounce coins. And he went to this place that was like one of these big buying places and said, I'd like to get it. You can buy lawnmowers, tires, detergent, clothes, anything you want, but you couldn't find gold. And so he thought of the idea, and it's genius idea. This gentleman's amazing. Put together the idea. It came to fruition literally about 15 years later, and came to fruition in the form of this company that allowed people to now have access to be able to get gold and silver at tremendous, just great access to extremely competitive prices. Let's put it that way. So we're staying within compliance as well. And they also have access to it. This is the biggest thing, in my personal opinion. They have a digital wallet in which you can go in and buy gold and silver, whatever amount you want. I could transfer it to you, Michelle. We could send you gold and silver digitally, and it would literally be in your name.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's important. To have that kind of an access is amazing.
Yeah.
And I'll just add this too, when you talk about a reliable source, we introduced somebody who lives in Ireland. This was about maybe 8 months ago. And when he got his membership, he was blown away because he had actually purchased gold from the UK. It took about 2 months for him to get that gold. When he got a membership with us and he put his order in, he got it within 4 days. He was blown away, for him. That's when we talk about, trusted source, those are kind of the things that show you, okay, I've got something good here.
Yeah. And so,
So do you actually receive the gold and silver physically, or is it held somewhere on a digital wallet, or is it a combination of two things?
well, when you buy it digitally, it's actually in a vault. So it's in physically being stored for you, but you can have it sent to you within 10 seconds just by going click, mail it to me, and then they'll ship it to you as well.
So you have a
So you
choice.
can have it physically if you want. That's that's another big part about doing business with a company actually has the metals, so you can get it in your hand. So it's not just, oh, it's a bunch of digital stuff, there's physical stuff there.
This comes directly from the digital wallet. We
Right.
bought it in the digital wallet, and then we said, mail it to me. And these are coins from that. So,
And so,
Wow.
but I will say this, we like to keep ours there because it's under a lot better security, multiple levels of security. It's all fully insured there. And it's not like we need to be lugging it around. I don't want to be, I got my bag of silver. It's something that we just usually let it sit there and we let it insure our money. So I'd rather they keep it, and then if we need it, we can have it.
and the good thing about that too is literally when it's there and it's in your digital wallet, with a click of a button, we can do exactly what Mark was saying. Let's say, Michelle, that you were doing, some work, some energy work on me. You could say to me, if you're a member and I'm a member, you can say, pay me in silver, please.
Oh,
and I can
wow.
actually transact with you through the wallet, so that no matter what else is going on in the world, we can sustain this kind of exchange. We can keep the economy going. We can pull ourselves out of what is corrupt and work within God's money, right? Like you said it earlier, holiness, you can feel the spiritualness of this. I mean, it vibrates so high. It's amazing.
And coming this fall, we're going to be able to have a debit card that we can go out and buy gas, food, and other things directly attached to our gold and silver. That's a unique benefit exclusive to this membership. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. And does that apply to all countries or just to the US at the moment?
It's supposed to be going for all countries with that. There's certain aspects of our membership that they need to go through and a little bit more red tape of making them fully access to some of the benefits, but most of the benefits are 100% eligible for people internationally in the 7 countries that we're currently open. And we're actually
That's really useful because I have viewers from all over the globe. So this means that this membership plan could be available to anybody wherever you're watching today.
Well, as of right now, we are open in the US, Canada, UK, Ireland, Singapore, Australia, and New Zealand. The goal of the company, though, is to open up globally, because this is truly a mission-based company. One of our founders, who's amazing, was actually in the Soviet Union when it collapsed. So he saw firsthand what happens when the ruble collapsed. And what he saw was the people who had gold and silver were able to continue on. They were able to negotiate. He talked about a man who went and bought a car because he wanted to leave where he was. Bought a car with gold. Those who didn't have gold and silver had to wait in lines wrapped around blocks just for a piece of bread. So when he saw that, and then divinely, the gentleman who the brainchild was, whose vision was to create this company, they got together. And they're the ones who created this concept of this company. His mission, because of that experience, was he wants to help people globally get access to gold and silver so that they never have to wait in those lines to be able to take care of themselves and their families.
Our CEO is in a country like that as well, so he experienced it. And also we're opening in Mexico. That's another thing I want to add.
Oh yeah, we are next month.
Oh, that's amazing. So how do people get started? What would they need to do today after watching this interview with you today? Are we going to provide them with some sort of link and they're going to be able to go and have a look to see how this all works?
Yes, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the link that we're going to provide and just simply fill out your information. And we'll just reach back out to you. And often what we like to do is we like to invite you to a Zoom where we can show you the whole, all of the big picture, answer your questions, and let you make up your own mind. There's no pressure on pushing anybody to do anything, but it is extremely informative. And I think it's something everybody at least needs to know about.
And is there a minimum or a maximum level that people can invest?
Well, I mean, there's 2 memberships that they can get. We'll get into details of that on the program when we do. But as far as your investment, there's no minimums, no maximums if people want to invest in gold and silver within this program. So, I mean, there's people like, geez, I want to do it, but I just don't have any money to invest. Well, you can literally go in and buy $1 worth of gold, $1 worth of silver within the wallet. So there's no minimums or maximums there, and there's no commissions on any money that you're investing as well. That's important for people to know. I don't want anybody thinking that any of the money you're putting into gold and silver is going to go to pay anybody off for commissions, because that's not the case. Anything you're investing into your investments is yours, and it's
private.
Yeah, and you'll be able to follow that and learn from that from the education.
Yeah.
As far as the memberships, we'll get into detail of that when we lay out the information of the 2 membership on the benefits when we do a Zoom. I just encourage everybody, reach out and we'll get you the information. You'll probably receive an email back from us. Look in your spam folder, because sometimes it might go to that, and that's where we'll set you the invites and the times that we can do that.
Well, that was an amazing introduction to everything today. So what you're saying is, if everybody goes to the link that we're going to provide today, they can look at the membership program and see which one is right for them. And then they can go on to a Zoom meeting where that will be explained in more detail. Is that what you're saying will happen today?
Yeah, we won't give a whole lot of details about the membership on there. It's just basically going to be something where they fill out their information so that we know how to reach out to them to invite them to that Zoom. So that way we can give them a little bit more personal attention, get their questions answered as well.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. We want people to know if it's for them, we want them to know and have all of their questions answered so that they can feel good about moving forward with the membership.
Yeah. And is it quite an easy program to navigate once you're signed in? Is it straightforward? If you're not very good with IT and digital wallets, for instance, that might sound scary to some people. What is that, just like having a normal bank account, or does that look different?
So the good news is, that's a great question, because we actually have a lot of people who feel and they'll say to us, I'm not digitally, I can't do all that. We have people, young, we have people in their 90s who have this membership. And the beautiful thing is the company really sets you up for success, but we take it a step further. Anybody who becomes a member, we actually invite you. We have a Facebook group, we have a Telegram group. Mark created an incredible training site so that you have actual tutorials, little videos you can watch and show you how to do everything, how to take advantage of all the membership benefits.
And you also have personal
that's really
attention
useful.
if you can't get it done from that.
Yeah, and we help people. We're very hands-on. We help everybody.
Yeah. Wow,
We
that's
want you to
amazing.
win. That's the big thing. We want you to win. We want everybody to win.
Yeah. Well, that's been an amazing introduction today. Thank you very much for explaining it all.
Thank you.
As we've already said, we're going to provide all the information below the video, and hopefully we'll do more videos like this and go into perhaps a bit more detail next time. But is there anything else that you'd like to say before we go?
I just say I look forward to, connecting with whoever this message resonates with. We know that we will connect with you, and we look forward to at least having you take a look, seeing if it's right for you. And then if it is, we will help you. So.
Yeah, and it's an honor to be on your show, Michelle. I mean, it's an honor to meet you. Have the chance
Thank you very much.
Connect
Yeah,
with
it's
all the folks out there.
taken us a little while to connect because everybody is quite busy. But I was really interested to hear about the success of your Las Vegas meet. And I understand a lot of people went to that. So I think you're doing extremely well, spreading information about the gold and the silver. And I'm hoping that people will really take an interest in this and have a look at the link and go forward. So thank you very much for coming today, and see you next time.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Michelle.
Thanks for having us.